Hi, this is Ross Barefoot with Horizon Web Marketing, and the purpose of this video is to try to help small business owners understand how their competitors can theoretically harm their business in terms of their visibility in Google's search engine. And I'm going to use a real case study and show you a problem that's being experienced by one of our clients. And just to let you know who we are an internet marketing and SEO agency based in Las Vegas. And the purpose of our business, as you can see from our website homepage there, is to help businesses to get better visibility, particularly in Google. One of our clients is a company called OSHA Pros, and here's their website. OSHA-pros.com is a very legitimate organization. They offer workplace safety training both digitally. They also have consultants that'll go out and visit companies to provide safety training and do all sorts of good stuff like that to make for a better workplace. A lot of their business is dependent on Google, and so naturally they were very concerned when traffic to their website from Google dropped by about 50% in October of this year, 2014. And I'm going to show you what this looks like on a graph just so you can get some idea of it. What I'm showing you now is basically a screen capture from this particular company's Google Analytics, and it shows October 1st through December 18th, 2014, and that's the day that I'm making this particular video. One thing just to understand this is the company that we're looking at here is very much a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday organization. So you'll see a lot of these troughs here, and those typically represent weekends and holidays. Here's an example of what Thanksgiving looks like for them. But Google, as some of you who may watch Google might know, Google released something called Penguin-3.0, which was a change to its ranking or algorithm. And the release date for Penguin 3.0, when they started rolling it out, was October 17th, and that's where my mouse pointer is pointing right now. And you can see what was happening before and what's happening after that point in time. We were getting spikes up around this line here, and we were on an ascending traffic pattern for Google. We were gaining traffic on a monthly basis. And then all of a sudden, we dropped down here to levels about 50% of what we have been, which has had a dramatic negative impact on the client's business. So we've been involved with this client for quite a while, helping them with their SEO, and one of the things that we do is we analyze their backlink profile. Now, if you own a website, it's very important to you not just to have a nice looking website, but to have other websites linking to your website. And so one of the things that any business is interested in is having good websites linked to their website. In order to track who is linking to our clients, we use a number of services. One of them is called Majestic, and so I'm going to show you a screen capture from Majestic. It was until recently known as Majestic SEO. In order to do the type of analysis that I'm showing right here, you do need to have a paid subscription to Majestic, at least what they call their silver level or better, which currently I think is running about $40 or $50 a month, something like that in the United States. And so this is basically an overview of what the link profile looks like for OSHA Pros. Now, by link profile, this means which websites are linking to OSHA Pros and how they are linking to them. So if I go down here to the overview, it says that there's about 277,000 links that exist in the Majestic database of other websites that are linking to OSHA Pros. And those links are provided by a total of about 1,000 different domains. Now, when I go up here to this particular choice where it says referring domains, it will show me the domains that link the most to my client's website. Now, as we go down here, we can see there's a number of different sites that have thousands of backlinks pointed at our client's site. And the biggest of those is coopercomputers.com. And coopercomputers.com has at least a total tracked by Majestic of 155,000 backlinks. Now, we did not create these backlinks, and we've been working with the client for about 2 years, and we've never done any sort of a mass link building program where we try to create hundreds or thousands of links at any given time for the client. And as a matter of fact, we've worked with this client very hard because the SEO company that was working on their websites before did build a lot of artificial links. And by artificial, that means links where they paid $10 for 1,000 links and so forth. And a lot of these sites here are relics of a time when some really dubious practices that Google hates were being used to build links to the site. Now, if you do this work, you may be familiar with something called a disavow. All the sites that have been doing this activity have been disavowed with Google and have been approached to have link pull downs. The reason I'm showing this right here is because I want to show you what it looks like when you see what I believe to be negative SEO. And by negative SEO, that means an effort by a website or a company that is trying to damage a particular company in Google's eyes. And we believe that such a campaign is being pursued by person or persons unknown against our client, OSHAPros.com. And I'll show you what this looks like. So let's go and take a look at the Cooper Computers website. It's right here. This is what it looks like. And as you can see pretty easily, as soon as you go to this site, you can see that it is basically it's an abandoned website. It's not really being used by the original party who put the website up. And the first thing that we do when we find a site like this is we check them out using a couple of the tools that are available online to see whether the website has any malicious code running on it or malware, also known as malware. A couple of the tools that we use one is URL void. And this basically is a website reputation checker. And so what it will do is you put in a website address here and you click submit, like I'm doing now. And then it'll say no active threats were reported by the scanning engines. Now the thing about URL void is they don't really do any scanning themselves of a site. Instead, they check a site with a lot of these other third-party sites that will do scans of a site. So we drop down them, we see Cooper Computers comes off clean on all of these checks. Now you'll notice one of the checks is by a company called Securi. So remember that name because we'll come back to them. They're an organization that also allows you to do a malicious code check on their site. And as a matter of fact, let me just go over to a tab that has them in it. And so this is what the Securi website looks like. I'm going to type in Cooper Computers here too. And remember, Cooper Computers is the website that has 155,000 links pointing at our client's website, which is certainly something extraordinary to have 155,000 links pointing at anybody's website. So I'm running this check, and we'll let it run here for a second. And notice now we can see that Cooper Computers does not show any indications just from typing in the home page of the site, coopercomputers.com. So far we haven't found anything too suspicious other than that we've found an abandoned website. And so when we look at Cooper Computers, I don't see any links to OSHA Pros. So I'm wondering, why is this showing 155,000 links on Majestic SEO? Well, what Majestic will allow you to do is it will allow you to create a report of all the backlinks on a particular site. Again, if you have this silver level plan. And I've done that. I can go to Tools, My Reports, and this is not designed to be a tutorial of how to use Majestic, but you can figure it out fairly easily. And you'll see that I've created something called an advanced report, and the advanced report is for OSHA Pros here. And once I go, this is the part that's non-intuitive with Majestic. Once I go to the overview of the advanced report, it gives me a few different snapshots of different characteristics for OSHAPros.com. But what I really want is just a dump of all their backlinks. And where I get that is by going up to Download Options, and then I select download backlinks. Now, once I select download backlinks, then it allows me to click a button to prepare a download. And once that download is prepared, it shows up like this, and it will download as a spreadsheet. It's a pretty big spreadsheet in this case, over 1.2 meg. And I'm going to show you what I found when I looked at the spreadsheet. So here's the spreadsheet of all the links that are in Majestic. The Majestic is found for OSHA Pros, and there's a lot of junk in here. It's a pretty dirty profile overall. But let's take a look at Cooper Computers. To do that, I'm going to use filtering in Excel, and some of this is going off your screen, but I'm using a filter where I can type in and show only cells that contain this domain. And I'm going to click on OK. And now you can see I'm just scrolling down here. You can see by the scroll bar over here on the right that there's a ton of stuff going on here. And so as I go down here, I'm looking at what the hell. I'll look at all these various website pages. And look at this, 50 Shades of Grey, movie cast rumors, release date, 50 Shades of Grey trilogy. Let's just go to one of these and check it out. Now I want you to notice what it's linking to here. It's linking to our website, oshapros.com/wpadmin/Legoland, Florida. So that's where it's linking to on our site. Now guess what? That page does not exist. But if I go to Cooper Computers, I'm gonna copy this URL and open it up in a web browser. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, here's what the page looks like. Alright, we go down here, we see a bunch of pictures, picture of the author. Okay, so as you can see, this is not exactly a lot of quality stuff here. I'm not going to scroll down too much farther because who knows whether they'll have porn on this page or not, and I don't necessarily want to make that kind of video. If you scanned this page, you would not see any links to OSHA Pros on this page. So how do we find them? Well, I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to View Page Source. Let me go ahead and make this a little bigger so that it's actually visible on screen. First of all, this is the source code for the page. Look at all these links in here. Okay, these are hidden links. No visitors can see these links. So they're not going to generate any traffic, are they, if no visitors can see them? So here's my client, oshapros.com, admin Legoland, Florida, and then Legoland logo, Florida. So what we have in essence is we have thousands and thousands and thousands of links that have been embedded in a hidden fashion into this site, coopercomputers.com. Now this type of formatting, and here's where I'm going to express to you what I think is going on here. WPAdmin is an administrative folder in any website that is running WordPress. And so if this page is, and it's typically that administrative folder is blocked from Google by default in a WordPress installation, so Google is not crawling that. So what that means is these links here are typically not going to be generating 404 errors if somebody were to click on them. They're sort of invisible to us when we look at our typical tools for OSHA Pros. So this can fly under the radar for a long time. It's very obvious as you dig into this stuff that these companies put forth a lot of effort. That is, and when I say these companies, I'm talking about the companies that have used domains like Cooper Computers and thousands of others as a platform for their junk, that they go to great efforts to try to keep their activities off the radar screen. Now, do you remember how we went to the security service? We ran a check on computers.com and they came up clean. Here I've gone back to this internal page on the website. What happens when we run this page through security? Well, let's go and take a check here. This was the result we got. from running the primary site through it. And now let's go ahead and run this particular page through the security check. We'll let it do its stuff here. Boom, I'm back with you. Actually, that check took about 3 minutes. I cut it out of this video so you wouldn't have to sit there through 3 minutes. But notice what we get on this internal page. And again, here's the page, coopercomputers.com, 50 Shades of Gray, Trilogy Books. And notice what security says, infected with SEO spam. Immediate action is required. And go down here and it shows the various examples, possible spam detected, and so on and so forth. Now, when we went to this site here, and which is this URL void, and we checked Cooper Computers, remember how it came up clean? It's clean on all these various sites, and the reason is these sites, they just don't have the processing power, at least I assume they don't, to be able to check every page on a site. So what do? They go to a domain and they check the home page and they consider that they're done. And if that's all you do, if you think that your site is experiencing problems, you look at a link partner and you go and you plug in their primary domain and run a scan, you're liable to see that they come up clean, and you might stop there and say, must not be anything wrong with those guys. But then you come back, you run one of these internal pages like the one we've been looking at, and that's where the code is hidden. So it's clear from what we've looked at here that someone has gained unauthorized access to coopercomputers.com, and I know at least that much because I actually spoke to the webmaster of the site, and it's apparent to me that they are not responsible for doing this. Now, why would someone who's trying to damage us want to link with a phrase like Legoland Logo Florida? Well, my theory on this is that it has to do with Google's penchant for penalizing sites that use spammy link text. And you may recall, if you're a professional SEO, you may know about the payday loans Google updates that are specifically designed to look for websites that have built a bunch of links using spammy link text. And something like Legoland Logo Florida showing up over and over and over again certainly does look like spammy link text. That's my theory. In the comments of this video, I'd love to hear your opinion about that particular aspect. But going back to this situation here, we basically, what we need to do is we need to do something about these over 155,000 links. Now at this point in time, we have initiated a call to Cooper Computers because we know that this Cooper and Associates is as much a victim of this technique as somebody else. So we're reaching out to them and asking them to fix their site, to remove these links, which of course would be beneficial to them as well. I have no doubt this is a legitimate company that has no idea of what's going on here and how it's damaging our client's website. In any case, this shows you some of the ways that we'd go about trying to track down this negative linking behavior. Again, we haven't identified a party who is building these links, but we know two things. One, they are not natural. Nobody would naturally build links like this. And the second thing we know is that this is not part of anything that OSHA Pros is doing because they have no campaigns for this type of link building going whatsoever and haven't had anything like this going on for years. We will give you an update. And I hope this is useful if you find that you're in a situation where suddenly you've lost visibility in Google and traffic from Google. It's good for you to take a look and see whether it's possible that someone is trying to damage your website in Google's rankings. And that's it for now. Again, this is Ross Barefoot with Horizon Web Marketing, and I hope you have found this educational video to be useful.